Hey, thanks for tuning in. And thank you to my subscribers, new and old. I appreciate you. In this episode, we're going to complete steps 97 through 114, wrapping up the wings and fuselage. My basic technique for large surfaces with fine detail. I give it fine coats going in different directions. This helps it get into all the nooks and crannies without the overspray. Now for the panel highlighting. I dropped the pressure down to 10. And now the ocean gray. I build this up slowly until it looks almost there. I still have touch-ups, weathering, etc., and I don't want to lose the effect. On the final model, these panels will be left off, but I can use them as masks for painting the upper wing. First thing I'll do is prime. I went overboard inside, but better safe than sorry. I went a little heavier on the panel highlighting on top. We need to get those inner wing parts aluminum. That looks nice. Now for the camo coats. Holding the panels in place, they don't stay in by fit. Same technique, build it up slowly. It's still a little stark, but after refinement and weathering it should look great. Whenever I can, I'm going to leave the flaps open or posed. This is AK Camo Putty. I re-highlighted over the gray so the dark green would have the same effect. So satisfying. And the putty is reusable. I'm going to trial fit now and mate these after the next step. I can see I'll have a bit of filling and sanding to do. Let's take care of those radiator housings. It's nice, they've stamped them port and starboard. Everything for one side, plus both wingtips. No issues at all with fit. I'm going to have these open a little, so I have to deal with those pin marks. Just these 3 pieces for the innards. These fit in great, no issues. Then touched up around the seams and the housing with ocean gray. It was cumbersome to fuse up those wings and keep it focused and interesting on camera. I worked my way around with extra thin, sanded that and painted the seam with Mr. Surfacer 1000. Lightly hit the seam with Mr. Surfacer Black and sanded. Repeated that process for sections that needed more work. Then reestablished the highlighting. I'll apply the base and camo coats once it's mated to the fuselage. Overall quite happy with the result. It took a lot of time and patience, that part. These went together fine. The underside of the fuselage had the worst gaps, but that's where I had to sand those nubs. I went through the same basic process on the fuselage. Glue it up, fill it, prime it, sand it, repeat as needed, and then give it a final primer coat. Almost forgot about this guy. The next episode will be a lot of fun. It's the engine, and I'm already a page or 2 into it. I hope you enjoyed this short video. About 1/100th of the time I actually spent modeling it. About 1/100th of the time that went into making this. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Be well and happy modeling.